Barack Obama, the pop culture president, the messiah for morons, the socialist, silver-tongued salesman and servant of Satan, is spending some of his time doing one of the most important things of the presidential office, and that's picking his NCAA brackets. In fact, over the last several years, he just spends his time and goes on ESPN and reveals his picks for his favorite basketball team for the NCAA tournament because, well, apparently all the problems in America have been fixed. This guy's so cool, isn't he? He's just the coolest guy around. Yes, going on ESPN to talk about college basketball. Now, upon first thought, one wouldn't imagine that the Illuminati would have anything to do with professional sports, let alone college basketball. But upon a closer look, it reveals that sports entertainment really plays a powerful role in keeping the masses pacified and paying attention to what really amounts to nothing of any importance. George Orwell captured the heart of this matter in 1984 when he wrote, quote, "Physical work, care of home and children, petty quarrels with neighbors, films, football, and beer filled the horizon of their minds. To keep them in control was not difficult." Now, don't get me wrong. Playing sports is great. They teach people teamwork, strategizing, friendly competition, and encourage a healthy lifestyle. But mainstream sports entertainment has been turned into a religion. People care more about their favorite sports team and what they're doing than they do about what's happening in their country politically, economically, or things that are going on in their own community. Most people don't, know the names of any congressman, but they can rattle off all of their favorite NFL players. They have no clue how the Dow Jones Industrial Average is performing, what the price of gold is doing, or what war is brewing to break out. Sports stadiums are literally the modern-day version of the Roman Colosseum, which served as a bread and circus distraction. The term bread and circuses refers to the use of diversions and distractions to satisfy the primitive and shallow desires of the general public so that they do not organize, speak out, or protest against social or political injustices. The term dates back to ancient Rome and refers to emperors providing free wheat and entertainment to the people as a way to pacify them and avoid dissent. Thousands of people marched through the streets after their championship games, often destroying cars, smashing windows in businesses, and setting fires, as they proudly proclaimed, quote, their victory. 60,000 people just gather in the stadiums each week during football season, wearing their team's colors and oftentimes painting their faces and bringing homemade signs and banners. The images and the importance of the players in the game is so hyped up by the mainstream media that most people can't help but getting sucked into the frenzy. Walter Camp, the founder of American football, and James Naismith, the inventor of basketball, were both Skull and Bones members who used their connections to build these modern-day bread and circus distractions. Skull and Bones' sister organization, Wolf's Head, also has close ties to football. For example, Richard Joran was the head coach of the Buffalo Bills and the Chicago Bears. William Ford Sr. was the owner and chairman of the Detroit Lions, and some suspect that these secret societies use their influence to make professional sports such a massive part of people's lives that they just simply don't care about anything else. Should I talk about sports figures being used to promote political agendas? It's just quite clear that they are used as puppets as part of the system. Most football fans have no idea that the NFL is actually a non-profit organization and that tax dollars, largely funding the building of the stadiums, which cost hundreds of millions of dollars, just have to be paid for by the American citizens. Yes, of course, the Air Force reluctantly admitted that the taxpayers had to foot the bill for the $80,000 that cost the Thunderbird jets to fly over the Super Bowl just a few months ago, as Admiral John Kirby had to admit. Oh, yes. The NFL obviously is clearly just a pro-propaganda tool. Not to mention Bob Costas using the Sunday Night Football broadcast to basically say that guns should be banned. He just went into his little tirade there. But This is what happens in an idiocracy when President Obama, the pop culture president, who's just, a regular on all of the late night comedy shows and now on ESPN. I mean, just pictured here, on ESPN, just going on there every year to, just take some time out of his busy schedule to, talk about his favorite basketball teams. It's just an incredible Orwellian idiocracy. I mean, the word fan is literally short for fanatic, which means, according to the dictionary, a person filled with excessive and single-minded zeal. Most of them are about as easily distracted as a dog chasing a laser pointer on the ground. As character Tyler Durden, played by Brad Pitt in Fight Club, once so eloquently conveyed the absurdity of this circus and how television replaces what's actually important when he said, quote, "We're consumers. We're byproducts of a lifestyle obsession. Murder, crime, poverty, these things don't concern me. What concerns me are celebrity magazines, television with 500 channels, and some guy's name on my underwear." Yes, just imagine for a moment how quick the government could be convinced to clean up its act, to impeach corrupt politicians, to avoid unnecessary wars, and to restore the Constitution if, during football or basketball season, instead of tens of thousands of people gathering at the stadiums, would hit the streets or surround the state capitol or the White House. As George Orwell wrote in 1984, quote, "If there was hope, it must lie with the proles," meaning the masses of the lower class people, because only there, in those swarming, disregarded masses, 85% of the population could be the force to destroy the party. But the proles, if only they could somehow become conscious of their own strength, would have no need to conspire. If they chose, they could blow the party to pieces tomorrow morning. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're new. Check out the previous videos and the playlists. Pick up my latest book, Inside the Illuminati, Evidence, Objectives, and Methods of Operations, in paperback from Amazon.com, or download it right now onto any one of your tablets or e-readers. And stay tuned. There's more videos coming soon.